This is Times with the Narcissist Explained. I hope all has been well with each and every one of y'all. I wanted to come on here tonight to maybe pour a little bit of awareness. Some of y'all are already aware of these things, but for those who, really need to understand certain things about the current reality that we're living in, I just felt compelled tonight to want to talk about why it's important to be okay with not being liked by people, and also picking our battles wisely, right? And for starters, it's been a lot that has happened the past month, July, June. The amount of criminal activities, sorry, the amount of criminal activities that has taken place in society. I seen this one article of this. It was like a 18-year-old Hispanic chick. She was performing witchcraft on her younger brother, and pretty much she dismembered him, chopped him up piece by piece. And when they took a photo of her, she couldn't even look in the camera directly. That's how demonically possessed she was. I had somebody ask me um, a few videos back about karmic children. And the truth is, some children are just inheritant or in the inheritors of either the mom or the dad's, or it could be another person in the family's demonic ways, right? Maybe that is a way of clearing out certain karmic debts on certain bloodlines. I don't know. But the way she looked in the camera when they took a photo of her, and she just looked out of it like she wasn't even there, because she I guess she do some sort of dark witchcraft, or satanic witchcraft, pretty much. Nowadays is a time where you have to be very wary of people, because the darkness in them is being revealed, right? The darkness in them is being revealed, and therefore you're going to hear about a lot more crazy crimes in the news. You're going to hear about a lot of exposure of what people do for money, right? The average person, or the person who you wouldn't think would take it there, would actually take it there. This is a time for chosen ones to understand that you have to put your pride to the side in these times, because like yesterday I went to go get some pizza, and one of the people at the pizza shop had such a nasty energy about them. They were so angry. And it's like, if I said something the wrong way, this person would have just blew up. What was they angry about? I don't know. Um, but when it comes down to situations like that, you have to identify who's who ahead of time, identify their emotional state ahead of time, so that way you know how to make your grand exit, right? Let me see. There's been so much. I mean, of course, we heard about Sonya Massey, right? There's a lot of things I could talk about when it comes to Sonya Massey. Um, but for her to say For her to say, "Oh, I rebuke you in the name of JC," and the cop just shot her in the face, and he said when he shot her that it was like when somebody's shot, you can hear like how messed up her breathing was. You can hear like gargling for breath and things like that. You know, it just blows my mind the level of anger and rage some people have, that at any given time it's like a ticking time bomb. It can just go off and somebody can get hurt, somebody can get killed. There was another story of somebody, a road rage incident. I think it was in Texas. I'm not sure if it's not in Texas, please forgive me. Something happened where the dude walks outside his car with a gun in his hand, and he decides to switch his gun to his left hand, and as he was doing that, the guy in the vehicle pulled out their gun and shot him in the face, shot him 3 times in the face. He was gone on sight. When you're out on these roads, be very careful with people. I'm telling you, especially down here in Florida, people drive real impatient. They'll speed past you, they'll honk at you, they'll honk at you at a red light. You know, there's a visible red light and they're gonna honk at you, you know. And so this message is for chosen ones to understand these times right now. A lot of people who haven't found true balance in their spirituality, a lot of people who haven't found true balance in their spirituality, they are literally lost souls. And let me tell you something about when people who have a lot of hatred and anger in their vessel, that is a gateway for demonic entities to use them, because it is really is the power of suggestion. These things plant negative seeds. It knows that you're frustrated, it knows that you're angry, it knows that you're upset about certain traumas and things like that. And so it will come, these things will come and suggest certain things to get you to do low vibrational, basically self-destructive behaviors that ultimately is designed to ruin your soul and corrupt your soul, actually. You know, some people, they're going to get so angry, they're going to say things that they're going to regret. They're going to do things that they're going to regret. And it's been happening over and over. I know some of y'all right now, y'all have family members that y'all don't even know if they are trying to set you up to kill you, because you're just different from them. At this point in time, you have to have faith in the Most High, in divine protection, because we live in dangerous times, y'all. Very dangerous times. You can't trust the drugs out here. This is a new drug that I saw in the news. It's worse than fentanyl. It's like, they say it's like 50 times worse than fentanyl. You can't even trust some of the weed that's being pumped out here in the streets. You can't trust your plug, because your plug don't really know where the weed comes from. They get it from somebody else, right? So you could be smoking a joint and you get on a really bad trip. Like, your trip is so bad that they have to use Narcan on you. That's with fentanyl. This drug now that's 50 times stronger than fentanyl. If y'all know the name, put it in the live chat. The soon as you mess with it, it's instant death. Soon as you mess with it, right? And so now the system is gonna do what it takes to maintain its power, because its power is running out. The Great Awakening is happening. But the thing is, a lot of people are angry. It's like the best way I can describe it is like birthing pains. So if you're struggling right now, people around you attacking you, these are part of birthing pains towards a breakthrough, towards, like I mentioned before, breaking out of your cocoon, stage, right? But as this time goes on, we have to be very vigilant of our surroundings. Be very vigilant of these grocery stores. Be vigilant of the movie theaters. You know, don't go to places and do things unnecessarily, right? When you go somewhere, get what you need and go. You know, I'm just giving y'all advice to help y'all during these times because a lot of people are angry. A lot of people are spiritually, they're being persuaded by an evil force. You understand? And so I'm only sharing this so you all will be careful. There's a lot of other things that have happened. I've been seeing on the news a lot, like I've seen a few people, just a few dudes kill his daughter, kill his grandkids, kill his mother-in-law. There's a few dudes that did that, that then killed his whole entire family one by one, including children, and then called the police. Yeah, I just killed there's a dead 3-year-old here, there's a dead 5-year-old here. Okay, this is what's happening with a lot of people now. People are killing their children. People are offing family members. Nowadays, if you if you decide to get in a relationship with somebody, you have to understand their level of emotional intelligence. Because the truth be told, you can break up with somebody all because you don't want to deal with them. They showing up to your house. You know how many videos I've seen of like some women recording ex-boyfriends breaking in her window, punching the window. Like, you can break up with somebody all because they cheated on you and because you don't want to put up with them anymore. You didn't cheat back or anything like that. You just be like, you know what? You cheated on me. I can't trust you. I'm breaking up with you. These motherfuckers is so unhinged. They'll show up to your house, break your windshield of your car, set your car on fire, set your house on fire. That's what that was. I think it was last month or the month before, that was in the news as well. Some chick set a house on fire. Like, she thought the ex-boyfriend was in there. Turned out it was it was the dude's grandma's house. You know, you thinking you safe because you broke up with somebody because you found out they was cheating on you. That ain't the end of the saga. You feel me? That's not the end of the saga. These motherfuckers be like, no, I want to hurt you so bad that you can't fucking bounce back from that. You can't survive the pain that I'm trying to push you through. That's what you know. If I can explain that the best way I can, I mean, I try to be articulate with this stuff, but this stuff is crazy, man. People are crazy, like for real. People are crazy because they don't have true connection to source in their life. They don't have an understanding of certain things, and they are pretty much trauma based in a lot of decisions that they make. And when you are in a place where you're doing things based on trauma, you are going to do things that you're going to regret unless you get some serious help, right? But that's what's wrong with the world today. Like, you have to be very careful, chosen ones, of the people around you. You can go to the pharmacy. I had somebody tell me recently she went to the pharmacy to try to get some pain pills, and some lady at the desk acting like oh yeah, we're out of stock, and the damn pain pills was in stock. The bitch didn't want to go look for it. People in pain, and they tell her, oh yeah, we ran out of pain pills. Sorry. You tell a DoorDash, hey yeah, can you pick up some pain pills? That's the one thing that they forget. Like, these motherfuckers want you to be in pain or some shit. That's what's wrong with people, man. Like, I'm mind blown and this is not even the max of what it's gonna become. Because when the system crumbles, when the matrix crumble, and it's a free for all, there's no police. You know, maybe there'll be military, but military can only jurisdict certain areas, which will be the main cities. Like, I'd say Atlanta will be a hub, New York will be a hub, Chicago will more likely be a hub, LA is going to be a hub, Las Vegas is going to be a hub. But outside of that, It's a free-for-all. It's you versus people who are looking to potentially cannibalize you. You feel me? So during these times, understand that we are divinely protected, but also keep your wits about you, because I'm telling you, even with this election, I'm not even going to talk about that, because if I talk about that, they're going to probably, yeah, you're talking about the election, we're going to shut down your live, because they monitor like that, right? But for somebody to step down, which I can't remember the last time somebody stepped down from an election, that's a clear sign that this one right here is going to be different. It's going to be different. I'm going to leave it at that. You know, it's unfortunate that it's too late to actually really make a positive change. You can only do what you can when you can. You understand? But don't be so quick to give people a lending hand. People are desperate. They're looking for um, life force energy to feed on. And you have to protect your life force energy. You have to have very strong discernment. Not everybody deserves your help. And you have to be willing to say no to people. You know, I'll preach that as much as I can on this channel, because that's what this channel is about. When people come on this channel, it will be about self-improvement, but it'll also be about awareness on a lot of things and a lot of issues in the world. But I'm gonna move on to the next topic about how you have to be okay with being disliked, you know? And unfortunately, in this world, people will only like you as long as you allow them to treat you any kind of way, right? As long as you are underneath them, you know? So I said before, you are way too big. Don't play yourself small. So when you're applying for jobs and stuff, don't accept bare minimum salary. How in the world y'all gonna raise the price of everything, but y'all gonna keep the salary? Like, you trying to pay people $35,000 a year, $40,000 a year, but a bag of chips is $5, $6. What is wrong with these people? You can't be human doing stuff like that. So all I'm saying is, for y'all, if y'all doing job interviews and stuff, don't settle for less. Don't settle for that measly crap. And if they don't want to hire you, okay, screw them. You know? But you set the standard for what it is that you want, and eventually something will come that will match what it is that you desire. But if they don't like you because you putting up boundaries, they don't like you because, you know, you loving on yourself, you taking care of yourself. They don't like you because you won't laugh along with disrespectful jokes. They don't like you because you don't want to tolerate certain family members' BS. You know, they secretly hate you and plotting on your demise because you simply won't go back to the programming of the black sheep, of the scapegoat. It's okay to be the bad guy. Listen, right now in my current reality, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy, right? And I'm the bad guy because I'm not conforming to what they want me to be. Because when I was doing that in the sake of, you know, family title, when I was doing that for the sake of family title, I got pretty much hated on. Like, nothing I did was ever good enough. You know? That's why I say it's okay to be disliked, because no matter what you do for people, it'll never be enough. They will always find a way to hate you. They'll always find a way to complain about stuff. You know? They will always find a way to try to get in the way of what it is that you're trying to do with your life. And this is definitely not a time to be mentioning plans of the future, or what it is you're trying to do to people you consider family, or people you think you're close to. It's okay to not have friends. It's okay to not have family. See, a lot of mistakes that we've made in our life was trying to be cool with a bunch of people, trying to make people accept us, realizing they will never accept us because they got issues. They jealous as hell. They vindictive as hell, even when you're not trying to do anything to them, or even when you haven't done anything to them. If they perceive something as a slight threat, they're coming after you. They're coming after your character. They're coming after your self-esteem. Okay? Self-control is a superpower that most people don't have. Okay? Having strong morals and good character is something that most people don't have, y'all. Most people don't have that. They could have it if they actually see. The thing about me in the past, I used to see potential in everybody. I used to see potential in I could see potential in a homeless person, because I believe that if they really wanted to, they could change their situation around. But the thing is, if somebody wants to stay in a negative state of mind all day long, and if they too busy trying to listen to these evil entities plant negative seeds about other people, the Bible says they will be basically trapped in a strong delusion. They're in a strong delusion because they deny the truth. They deny the truth, y'all. And even the Bible says the truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. Some things we have to accept. We have to accept the fact that most people ain't gonna like you, especially if you're a chosen one. Most people ain't gonna like you. Why? Because of how you carry yourself, because of your level of self-control. Because the truth be told, you have an energy signature that's too intense for them. Let me tell you something, and I've said this before on this channel. When you have a light, you're gonna run into two people. You're gonna run into people who's gonna be repelled by you, which usually when they're repelled by you, they're repelled by your light and they're repelled by shame, right? You're putting them to shame and you're not even trying. And you would have showed them love if they would have came up to you. But it's just something about you that puts them to shame. Or you're going to run into people who's going to look at you as life force energies, grade A supply, aka your narcissists. You know, they look for quality that they can feed on. And you're not quantity, you are quality. I hope you remember this. You are not quantity. You are not just some number on the job. You're not quantity. Okay? You're not just some person on the street. You're not just some person at a grocery store. You are not quantity. You are quality. Okay? The best of the best. You know, I said this before in one of my lives. There's two types of people in this world. You got your aliens and you got your animals. Okay? You got your aliens and you got your animals. Aliens, sophisticated, intelligent, have proper emotional intelligence, at least the good ones. You know? Animals, uh, carnal by nature, impulsive, lacking self-control a lot of times. Now, I'm not saying all animals are like this, but there's a good amount. You know? They go by instinct. You go by intuition, spiritual intelligence, you know, spiritually connected to a higher source, to your higher self, right? But usually the aliens are very few. You're an alien in this world, you understand? This is why you will be alienated from many different people in your lifetime, right? Because you're an alien, you're not like them. They're quantity, you're quality. You understand? They're quantity, you are quality. All right? So you have to be okay with not being liked by people. You don't have friends? Okay, cool. That's fine. You vibe out by yourself most of the time anyways. Or have that one have a special few by your side. You know, but nowadays you can't even trust a special few. You can only trust one a lot of times. You know? I'm not saying that there's no people out there who are like-minded, but nowadays you have to very well thoroughly vet out people's intentions, right? Because there are a lot of false prophets. There are a lot of pretenders out there. And I always said it before, if you go into church, stay out of the churches. Stay away from these pastors. All they want is your money. Okay? And if the pastor don't like you because you're questioning certain things that they say, or you're asking how come they don't open the Bible as much, you know? or pastor, how you feel about Anunnakis? I rebuke that in the name of... Oh, no, we are not going to talk about that in this congregation. You know? Now, what you can do is, Bishop Pork Dog, Bishop Pork Dog, pass the collection plate around, because they getting too distracted with this Anunnaki stuff, and I need them to sow this tie to this ministry. Okay? That's what's going on in these church. It's a game, y'all. The game is rigged. But I just want to encourage y'all, don't get discouraged about what's going on. I'm just saying, be vigilant about people. It's okay to be disliked, and if they're not awake, they are your enemy. It's just that simple, because they are for the system. They are not against it. You understand? Let me read the comments, y'all. Baby, good to see you. King Stephen, good to see you, sir. You can't really trust nobody. Yeah, at least it's very few you can trust. Very few. Juan says, we live in a time called Kali Yuga, right? In the Hindu religion, humanity will continue to stray from God until we are ultimately lost as species. I agree with that. There will be a few that will survive, but the majority are lost out here, and that's just the sad reality of it. Queen Steve says, for real, it's very dangerous out here. Yes. Baby said, yes, the grandmother died, unfortunately. Right. Set that whole house on fire. People in pain tend to want others to feel how they feel. Right, Juan says. Yes, and they need to understand that they need help. They need help. They can't walk around acting like it's normal. It's just a bunch of people with trauma who haven't really fully processed it or actually understood that it's not good to pass on that kind of energy to other people. Because let me tell you something about narcissists. All that energy that they passed on to you, all that negative stuff, when you go no contact, that energy slowly leaves your body and returns back to sender. So all that pain, all that suffering goes right back to them. So imagine what they went through when you finally left. You see, let me tell y'all something. A lot of us growing up, we were unhealed versions of ourselves. We grew up in pain. And when you grow up in pain, you're going to do things to try to cope with the pain. Sometimes the pain can be so intense that you just shut down in the face of abuse. Somebody disrespecting you, you just shut down. That's your way of coping with the pain. Okay? You felt like you didn't have a voice because majority of the time when people was ganging up on you, it was a group of them. It wasn't just one. So it felt like your voice was not going to be heard anyways. You was in this like abuse torture chamber for years on end. So you had to find ways to deal with the pain. But, whenever you lashed out, they want to label you as crazy. No, you just hurt. You're upset at the unrighteousness that was happening to you. That's why some of us have a hard time moving forward from our past selves. Because our past selves was sometimes irrational. We lashed out a few times. Shoot, my past self, I didn't like who I was when I was drunk. I didn't like who I was. I said anything. I was just, just put myself in more trouble because I was trying to find a way to fit in with people. Well, when you find yourself trying to fit in with abusive people, you're in the wrong, y'all. You're in the wrong. That's why on this channel, I don't condone people joining in on certain activities that people do towards other people. Don't join in on slandery gossip with these co-workers. and see how they treat you. You will be disliked because you won't join in. You know, a lot of us, we had to deal with trauma when we were growing up, and we are overcoming the unhealed version of ourselves as we heal, right? But during your healing, you can't just allow anybody to just come in and tamper with your healing. You know, a lot of these jobs, they'll tamper with your healing. They will. A lot of, if you go to certain places, you got to be careful of certain people. Meeting with certain people, they'll tamper with your healing too. You know, so all I'm saying is, it's okay to be disliked. It's okay that, you know, people don't like you for standing up for yourself. Who cares, man? You don't have to be accepted. You know, the truth be told, if people want to interview me and all this other stuff, I'm not going to let somebody who is interviewing me disrespect me. But because we on air, I'm supposed to keep my composure. I'll gladly walk off that set. I'll Birdman the hell out of that damn Breakfast Club. You dig? So we have to be that way. Like, you requested me, you respect me. You wanted to interact with me, you respect the interaction. Because I'm not looking to disrespect you at all. You know? But if you come in to disrespect me and debate with me about petty crap, I'm not going back and forth with you. Okay? And you can say, oh, that nigga dad, he ain't real. Yeah, he ain't trying to go back and forth. He ain't trying to debate. No, because some people are not trying to listen to understand. They just want to listen to say something back. And you have to identify those people. And they're going to dislike you. Who cares? Who cares? Right? And that's how you got to be. If you're going to request me, respect my energy. Respect my space. If you're going to ask me questions, let me answer your question. These are boundaries. This is how you got to be. You got to lay out the boundaries from jump. Like this dude for extra always say, off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Off the bat. All right, y'all. Let me see. E-Baby says, and demons are lurking extra hard for vessels. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, E-Baby. And they're using people. They're suggesting things to people. But listen, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I didn't want to be on here too long. I'll have more to talk about in the near future as I find more research, as I learn new things to share with you all. But tonight, understand, it's okay to be disliked. It's okay. It's okay if you are still healing, right? It's okay, y'all. If you're still healing, take your time. There's no need to rush. The world's getting crazy anyways. At times like this, you have to be vigilant. Hermit mode is probably one of the safest places you're going to be anyways. Right? And pick your battles wisely. Pick your battles wisely. Some of us like to say something back to people. We don't have to. It's okay to walk away, because the truth be told, when people utter all kinds of negative stuff towards you, especially as a chosen one, do you know what they're doing to themselves? They are cursing themselves. Their own tongues curse them when they try to spit their nasty venom towards you. Now, I understand some people grow up with a lot of trauma and hate in their heart, but they're still in the wrong for trying to mess with somebody else because of their trauma. They're still wrong, All right? Well, listen, I love y'all. E-Baby, good to see you. Juan, good to see you. King Steven, glad you made it, sir. And all those who are watching, y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll talk about more in the near future. All right? I hope y'all enjoy. Bye-bye now.